Alright guys, welcome back to another reaction video again. Reacting to Ref Says Desu. This is again about the Ava Chris Tyson situation. Let's see what new things have apparently come out. I know I react a lot to Ref, but that's also because his videos are usually very, like, simple. They have everything about the situation in a short format. I don't need to watch like a 40 or 50 minute long video to get or understand the entire situation. Let's see what is going on.
So today we're going to go over some updates regarding the Ava Chris Tyson situation. So 2 days ago we left off on this apology post from Tyson where they attempted to address the various allegations they're facing, including allegations that they're having inappropriate conversations with minors. However, since then a lot has happened. Number one, a small detail that I wanted to point out when I
there's a lot of things that have apparently come out. He was grooming a 13-year-old, apparently. There's also a lot of stuff that came out about Mr. Beast, specifically about all his game shows, apparently. Like, a lot of his game shows are apparently rigged. Let's continue.
Screenshot from the day all these allegations were coming forward and Tyson made the first response. You can see their profile was not verified. However, the next day, you will see this blue checkmark. They're a Twitter Blue subscriber and now have monetization active on their account so they can make ad revenue when people...
So he is essentially farming the situation. That is interesting. He is farming. Okay? That's wild.
View their account and their tweets. This is either the worst timing of a previously filed application,
yeah, he's essentially farming now.
By Tyson to monetize their own cancellation. But anyways,
yeah, he's monetizing the drama. That's insane.
A lot of people have turned to Mr. Beast, waiting for a response because he has been close and his content has been
and he has responded
Tyson for many years. However, late on the 24th, Mr. Beast would make this response saying,
he has responded. Okay, so over the last days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I'm disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. Here's my hot take. There is a chance that he knew. There is a chance that he knew. Specifically, when you look at how big the Mr. Beast brand is, you definitely look at your employees and their internet history, but that's just my opinion. That's what I think. During that time, I have been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company. My brother, you have been, like I said, Ava has been fired. Makes sense. My channel and any association with Mr. Beast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation, and I will take any further actions based on their findings. Here another hot take. There is a chance that this might just be damage control. Again, we do not know if he knew. If he knew, that is terrible. Not as terrible. Well, he essentially protected a predator, but that's besides the point. Let's continue.
Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During that time, I have been focusing on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with Mr. Beast.
Bye-bye.
I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct.
I wonder if Ref is going to go talk about how people have started to defend
to unpack here. Number one,
Chris because he's trans, or supposedly trans. Let's continue.
Post where they said this was a mutual decision for Tyson to walk away. And based on Mr. Beast's statement, it seems more like a termination of Tyson's employment with Mr.
He got
Beast.
fired.
On top of that, we now have to look at some more updates regarding the first victim in the situation, where the first set of allegations came out revolving around this individual named Lava, and there was Discord and other private messages that were shared where Lava at one point was as young as 13 when they were having these conversations with Tyson, who at the time was 20 years old.
Large content creators try not to have intercourse with your viewers. Minor viewers, challenge impossible.
The individual, the minor who used to have these conversations with Tyson, came forward and said that this was all just edgy jokes, and that they did not
just
believe
edgy jokes.
that Tyson was guilty
and
of
he
anything,
did not get
basically
groomed
this was
whatsoever,
also
of course.
And Tyson leaned into this so hard that they put this into their statement and said this: "I want to add, I never groomed anyone. The person who gets brought up in these accusations..."
Yeah, because the victim doesn't realize he has been groomed, which is fairly normal. Let's continue.
At Lava has vocally supported that they are false. They were relying on the victim saying nothing bad happened here, and guess what happens? Earlier this morning, Lava comes out and says, after reviewing everything that happened on Discord and other various messages they had with Tyson when they were a minor, they look at it now and they say, yup, this stuff was in fact inappropriate and wrong, and that their memory of the situation wasn't the best, and now that they've reflected on these messages, they know something wrong happened here. So basically, dismantled
the support, the
in very bad defense
person that supported him now puts him at gunpoint. That's funny.
Another person has come forward. This is now
another one.
At least the third potential victim to come forward. Another
when he was 15, okay.
Several statements and videos on Twitter.
Oh my god. How many are there?
Upon them when they were 15 years old, and that is just another blow to Tyson at this point. And we're now sitting here with a lot of evidence against Tyson, a lot of very concerning behavior.
Yep,
There's something
absolutely.
very strange going on in social media.
I think this is over for this guy.
Space. A lot of people are directing their focus and their anger to things that are secondary and not the direct actions of Tyson, in particular, the messages they shared with minors. You can see right off the bat, the journalists covering this are incredibly biased. You can see two situations that were very, very similar and happened within the last month or two being covered completely different.
They attempted to make this about transphobia, while this about
you can see the headline here.
An adult man grooming children. That's interesting.
Explicit messages, right? Then Tyson gets caught with evidence. We actually get to see the messages, unlike with the Dr. Disrespect situation, where they had inappropriate conversations with potentially multiple minors. And this is the headline stating, Ava Chris Tyson steps away from all things Mr. Beast amid transphobic attacks. You can see the narrative that is being spun right here by Rolling Stone. In fact, this should be reflected by some of the outrage on social media currently.
Oh, this tweet was funny. This tweet was really, really funny.
Made a video going over everything that happened, talking about the messages and the other disturbing behavior of Tyson over the years. And this person with a tweet that has 60,000 likes says this.
This can only be botted.
Doesn't once refer to her by her actual pronouns. So disappointing.
I refuse to call this man a she. Because he isn't. Here's a hot take. I think that Chris Tyson has autogynephilia. Now, what is that? It appears mostly in men, where they fetishize themselves wearing female clothing and get treated like women.
To see Moist Critical refuse to be,
and there is a lot of that in the trans community, unfortunately. There was a case, I think it was a League of Legends player, who liked to wear women's clothing and being treated like women, but said that they were not trans. And him getting put in that box made him actually resent trans people, which then resulted eventually into him getting gender reassignment surgery and then, unfortunately, taking their own life. I have no evidence to prove that Chris Tyson has it, but I'm saying that there might be a chance that he has it. Let's continue.
An actual ally of the LGBT community just to appease the transphobes in his audience. Literally,
this has nothing to do with this. Nothing whatsoever.
Except Ava. So these people seem to be more concerned about the fact that Charlie didn't refer to Tyson as
absolutely ridiculous
than they are the actual disturbing behavior that Tyson's been caught doing, including messaging multiple minors. It's clown world, ladies and gentlemen, and also just let me share.
Yeah, it is in fact clown world.
Like
that is true.
Where you have someone like Tyson, I just refer to them by their name. Like that's the most basic way of doing it. That is something that is consistent. Their name has always been Tyson or had a part Tyson, so just refer to them as Tyson. That's it. It's a simple way of going about things, but apparently somehow that is an appeal to trans folks by referring to someone by their actual name and not going out of your way to refer to them with their pronouns in their bio. But anyways, there's also another route in all this that has taken a life of its own. So one of the things I briefly
obviously Shad Bays
covering this 2 days ago is the potential connection between Tyson and Shadman. So Shadman
there is no potential. They clearly are somewhat connected.
And edgy art. They have made actual artwork depicting sexualized images of specific real-life children they're using as a reference. That is CP, that is exploiting children, and that's why Shadman is a disgraced artist.
Pictures from, what was it? I think it was a 12-year-old? And the daughter of, who is it? Keemstar.
However, in the wake of everything happening with Tyson, I have seen multiple threads on multiple social media platforms where people are going out of their way to try to track down every single person who's ever interacted with Shadman.
Some of them,
this thread and many...
That's dangerous, because that means they would be guilty by association, which is silly. That is silly. Just because you interacted with that person doesn't mean that you have any deeper connections with them. If I post under Dr. Disrespect tweet, I'm just making a post. I have no connection to that person. Makes sense.
Contain people who have had one Twitter public
literally
with Shadman,
like somebody like Shoe on Head
existed before he had ever made any artwork depicting.
I think Ellen the Alien. I think
it is really just a witch hunt. I just want to give you an idea of how ridiculous some of these examples are, because even if there are good examples of someone who might have a closer tie to Shadman, it loses a lot of momentum in threads like this when you see people like Aki Dearest being mentioned.
Aki Dearest, literally.
She made in 2017. In the background, you can
she has interacted with him, but she has no deeper connection to him.
What's that artwork? It is literally safe for work SpongeBob memes. You're trying to cancel someone for this. It really takes the momentum and the seriousness out of the entire thread, which contains dozens and dozens of people with varying interactions.
Guess the account who posted this needs to cope and see.
In fact, let's remind ourselves.
Yeah, this is the one.
Connection we have. A lot of people are wondering and considering the connection between Tyson and Shadman, because was he interested in the artwork that did depict specific real life children, or is he just casually interacting? But one thing a lot of people are getting wrong is they believe that this artwork that has been shown to be purchased by Tyson featured real children or a specific child. But in this case,
not.
It did
I
not.
don't think this doesn't.
It wasn't any of the artwork featuring.
But there's other art.
Star's daughter, for example. But this has been used to go after not just Tyson, but also Mr. Beast. This is a screenshot from a video from back in 20.
I said in the last one, I'll say it again. You couldn't catch me hanging something up like this in my room. There's no way.
17. This portion of the video has been edited out. However, you can see at one brief moment, you can see Mr. Beast looking directly at the artwork from Shadman that Tyson owned. This was
Caught.
their house, this
Caught.
was their
Clearly
apartment,
caught.
and you can see Mr. Beast looking directly
Very
at it.
obvious.
And now people are trying to
No.
accuse Mr. Beast
But the issue
of
is that
looking at literal CP. You can see this post with nearly
this
30,000
art
likes
is not an
saying
actual
this,
child,
quoting
so
Mr. Beast saying, in quotes,
yeah.
I become aware of the recent Tyson situation, end quote. LOL, this pic is at least 7 years old. Stinky, this is not looking good for you. And you can see the captions they added saying you, pointing down to Mr.
Well, this proves nothing in this case. Because there's like one thing. Again, the important question is, did he know? Let's continue.
Mr. Beast, and then pointing at this uncensored image saying CP art purchased by Tyson.
No, this one isn't.
Art is already a very weird thing to do, but on top of that, they claim this is CP. Obviously, would be implying it's illegal, and then they reposted it uncensored to all of these thousands of users. In fact, this tweet has nearly 7 million views.
Yeah, that was very intelligent.
Shared it uncensored to 7 million people.
That was very intelligent. A very intelligent move.
Critique, and they replied by saying the image is so far back on the wall that nothing is clearly discernible, and zooming in acts as a form of pixelation. Where I've posted the photo clear /
Yeah, but now people can look it up because they know specifically what to look for.
So basically, they're running with the defense that they're like, my clients here, they can't be guilty because the picture is blurry. That is their defense here. It's an absolutely insane thing to do.
Basically,
and then they counter by
that's what they're doing.
Accusing another person of doing this sort of behavior.
This specific account has generally posted a lot of weird stuff in the last few days, so makes sense.
It's very crazy, but I'm glad this user brought up something that I didn't even realize. I've actually talked about this account before on this channel where they made similar bizarre accusations against people, and that time...
Yeah, now I remember. Now I do remember.
Now, she is someone who has unfortunately been a part of this related discourse multiple times for a cosplay she did about 2 years ago. She was then 22 years old, cosplaying as...
Yeah. That short girl, next to the tall one, is an adult. Who would have guessed?
Tatsumaki, and people have claimed that this was pedo baiting. Yes, a 22-year-old woman cosplaying as a 28-year-old fictional character is somehow predatory, and they do that because she is 4'10" or 11, I believe.
Isn't that what they always use?
We just mentioned with the Mr.
They use that same argument for anime, so I don't.
Saying I do think if a dude is into this,
it's not surprising.
Probably a latent pedophile. Yeah. So she's basically criminalizing a grown woman existence, basically.
They are infantilizing and body shaming women that look younger. That's essentially what this is. Sounds like a corn brain to me, but what do I know?
She is, anyone who's attracted to her is predatory. It's a very strange thing to say, but they would go on in the replies to further clarify, saying, her being 22 doesn't really matter when the entire reason you coom over her is because she could pass very easily.
Well, this is a wild argument.
This character looks 5, but is actually 9,000-year-old demon. So,
what do you want her to do? Lock herself up?
So number one, their claim here is hinging upon the logic that age is just a number, which is an argument you see from what kind of people exactly?
The ones who like to touch little children. Unfortunately.
But on top of that, again, it's like telling on yourself, why are you looking at a 22-year-old woman and immediately thinking of...
I'm gonna finish that sentence. Why, when these people look at adult women who look a little younger, they instantly make the connection to children? That's funny, isn't it? Seems like somebody might be projecting.
It's very strange. And of course, Yuki would defend herself, basically quoting what she's saying and saying, right, okay.
Got blocked.
Like, this
funny.
person has the nerve to make these ridiculous accusations.
Somebody got scared, huh?
As you're met with any sort of resistance, you block and run away. And also, people have shared other very odd tweets from this account where someone said Japan is based, and they replied saying it's a socially stunted place full of people who haven't quite figured out why it's bad to watch animated CP and is now slowly...
Huh? Japan is collapsing because they can't get people to make enough children. This is why Japan is collapsing, not because of anime.
collapsing under the weight
Ridiculous
of
statement.
its own socially and sexually inept bugginess. Japan peaked 40 years ago and has done nothing but churn out the cultural equivalent of baby food since, and now it's choking on it. It's probably the least xenophobic Twitter user nowadays. But anyways,
Probably.
as other users,
well, aside from Ubisoft,
to the user we've been mentioning, your time would be much better spent not labeling things like this as CP, which leads to false reports and federal resources being wasted on things that are inactual. Why don't you save this energy for the actual...
Save this energy for actual predators and people who are actually doing things to children instead of reporting people because of art. Because remember, the government uses those resources then to go after people who are not that in the time they could have actually done something meaningful.
Legal things going on here. And again, we're so lost in the plot. People are more angry at the people who are interacting with Shadman than they are with
They are not to mention that they are trying to protect Tyson by calling others transphobes.
Shadman, and they're more angry about people misgendering Tyson,
which is ridiculous,
than they are Tyson for messaging a minor, and so on and so forth. It's absolutely crazy how people are taking a pretty cut and dry bad situation and trying to run with this for their own agenda, what have you, while ignoring the heart of the issue.
All for the agenda.
Taking attention away from the fact
all for the woke
that Tyson
agenda.
is facing allegations of talking inappropriately with multiple minors over the course of several years. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. Obviously,
yeah, there's probably going to be another video soon.
In today's video, so as always,
especially about Mr. Beast, because they are digging up stuff. They are digging.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, that's it for the video. Yeah, my whole opinion about the situation is that Shadman right now isn't really important. What's important is Chris Tyson doing all of this weird stuff. Yeah, that should be the main focus, because the people trying to make about themselves again is ridiculous. They just want to they are essentially clout chasers as usual, because if you have such a situation, why not monetize that situation for yourself? It's just ridiculous. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.